Hey guys, so today I have the Ecoflow River 3 Plus. This is one of their newest power stations that looks amazing. I want to thank Ecoflow for sending this sample to me. Today I'm going to test it out and give you my honest opinion on it. Inside of the box, you get the main power station itself. You also get an AC power cord, a 12 volt charger for your vehicle. And then you also have a USB communication cable for plugging this into your PC. And of course you have some paperwork, a quick start guide, and warranty information. So taking a look at this power station, it measures about 9 inches across widthwise. And for the depth, you're looking at about 9 inches as well. So it's a perfect square, but the height is just under 6 inches. Very portable size. I love the form factor. It's got this nice built-in handle. Placing it on my scale, it looks like this weighs in at 10 pounds and 11 ounces. So this is a step up from the standard River 3. This actually has 286 watt hours of capacity and supports 600 watts of output, but it does actually support up to 1200 with X Boost, which is something you can turn on through the app. On the front here, you have all of your outputs. You've got this nice screen in the middle that reads the percentage remaining, the time remaining in hours, and the current output and input. This looks like an upgraded screen. Very nice appearance, looks really sleek, and it has a bit of color in there as well. So you have this AC on-off button. This turns on this AC port here. And then over here you have this DC button that turns on the DC ports, including these USB ports right here. You have 2 USB-A and a single USB-C 100 watt right in the middle. And then right on the bottom here, you have your main power button, of course, but then there's also a light bar. So you can click it and change the brightness from dim to bright. And then there's actually a strobe effect as well. Pretty cool they have that light bar. A lot of the Ecoflow power stations don't have that. On the side, you do have a ventilation port here, and there is an internal cooling fan that is incredibly quiet. It draws air from the inside of the unit and pulls fresh air through it, so it stays nice and cool no matter what kind of load you put it under. On the back, there are actually 2 more AC outlets. And then right here, this slide down panel is pretty cool. You have your AC charge input, your solar/car input, and then the USB-B port for communication. So on the bottom of the unit, you do have this extra battery port. This is actually expandable to 858 watt hours. So you can buy an expansion battery if you would like to expand the capacity. It's got this little rubber flap that comes off, and this just pops onto the battery. If you look in the instruction manual, you'll see they give you a guide on how to do so. It looks like it just clicks right on there. So on the Ecoflow app, just hit add device and it will search, and it says new device found. Go ahead and click it. It'll go through an initialization process and it will ask you for your Wi-Fi credentials. Go ahead and click next. It's setting up the internet now. So it's successfully connected. And now you can see, you can choose your homepage style. I'll just go with the one on the left. And right here, it basically pulls up the screen for the power station on your phone and lets you control it remotely. It gives you a live reading of the output and input as well. There's also a bunch of settings you can access in the back end. So right here, you can turn on the AC. You can see it turn on right there. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn off the DC from my phone. There it is. Pretty cool that you can control it all from here. The light bar is even controllable from your phone. And then see that it tells you the real-time power with the little line graph that goes through. Very nice interface. So I'm actually going to test this out on a space heater. This isn't something that I would typically use on a power station, but just for testing purposes, let's turn it on. And you can see the output here. is about 600 watts or so. And then over on the mobile app, you can see this little line graph, and it will tell you how much energy each port is using. And see, since it uses 600 watts, it's not going to last too long, but just for testing purposes, it is cool to know that this runs the space heater quite nicely. Now, one of the coolest features that I think it has is the ability to act as a UPS. So that's an uninterruptible power supply. So you can plug your PC into here and then plug the input into the back into your wall. And then if you get a power outage, this is automatically going to kick on and make sure that your computer plugged into here is not going to power off or be interrupted at all from the power outage. It has a 10 millisecond switchover time, so that is fantastic, incredibly fast. So you basically will not even know the power's out. So it does have a maximum solar input of 220 watts, but the best way to charge it is going to be to plug in this AC cord. Let's plug it in and see how fast it can charge. So I've plugged in the input to the wall, and you can see it's recharging. Input is climbing. Looks like it just booted on Xstream, which is the fastest protocol for charging it. Up here, the time is updated. This will tell you the remaining time until the capacity is fully replenished. You can get a full charge in under an hour, which is fantastic. This thing is incredibly quiet. The fan is running, but you can't even hear it. Overall, I must say that I'm pretty happy with the Ecoflow River 3 Plus. This is a beautiful power station that's priced right and has a bunch of great features that you simply won't find in another power station of this size. I love the app connectivity and all of the insights it gives you. It has 3 AC outputs, which is pretty phenomenal for this size. There's one here, and then of course the 2 on the back that I pointed out earlier. But overall, a very nice unit. You can tell Ecoflow put a ton of thought into this. All in all, I'm really happy with the Ecoflow River 3 Plus, and I'm sure that you will be too.